Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we would like to present about online delivery tools consist of Google Classroom and Ufuture. But first, introducing our group members, which is Fathin Zulaikha Binti Ghazali, Nurirdina Amani Binti Azizan, Nurul Aida Binti Mohamad Yusoff, Nurul Akhmal Syuhada Binti Ibrahim, Siti Aisyah Binti Zakariah, and me, Amira Binti Razali. Without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, my name is Fathin Zulaikha Binti Ghazali. So, I will present to you about the introductions of online distance learning. ODL is an emerging trend to access quality educational, lifelong learning opportunities, flexible learning modes, and conducive learning environment for primary school, secondary school, university level graduates. Students participate in online lectures, tutorials, and self-paced online learning, while for online tests and assignments, allow students to check marks and feedback immediately to help them improve in the next session. ODL can be defined as an educational process where students receive instruction through online classes, video recordings, video conferencing, or any other audio or visual technology medium. It enables people to receive education without having to be physically present in a classroom. Properly designed distance learning program can be a very convenient and effective way to acquire more education. Next is the role of online distance learning (ODL) from the aspect of teachers. The first one, teachers can promote student autonomy and aware of individuals' difference, and teachers will always use relevant and up-to-date information to convey knowledge. For example, when they are using the student curriculum, and teachers also provide environments, materials, and guidance for collaboration learning, interactive discussion group. As for the role of student is, students can use appropriate technology to interact collaboratively with each other and teachers, and they can give feedback and consultation to develop and refine knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Students also responsible for their own learning by deciding what they want to learn, setting what the goals, and research the development of the studies.
Moving on to the advantage of the ODL, there are several main advantages, which is the flexibility that can be seen by the students, teachers, and users, which can choose the time, place, the way they sort out what medium is the best, such as Google Classroom and Ufuture. There are free options for users to choose among the applications. For those who want to direct and indirect access to teachers, there is a video conferencing option. Next advantage is easy access, either due to remote location or disability. It is because some students lack of basic access to educational facilities. ODL program offer very students and teachers the opportunity to teach and learn, as well as to improve themselves in the environments they feel is most effective. ODL also opens up new horizons of education in terms of international institutions. Another advantage is affordability, reduced financial costs. In fact, remote online education is more affordable than physical learning. This is because the ODL eliminates the cost points of students' transportation, students' food, clothing, stationery, and other needs, and so on. The advantage of ODL is lack of face-to-face communication that has encouraged and hindered student feedback, caused social isolation, and can cause students to feel less stress. ODL actually leads to lack of development of communication skills among online students, which ODL methods have proven to be very effective in improving students' academic knowledge. However, developing students' communication skills is an area that is often overlooked during online lessons. Due to this lack of face-to-face communications between peers, students, and teachers in an online environment, students may find that they are unable to work effectively in a team setting. Finally, the disadvantage that can be seen is fraud during online assessment by various methods. It can be seen that compared to students on campus, online students can cheat assessments more easily because they can take assessment in their own environment and while using the personal computers. These students could not be observed directly during the assessment without a video feed and compared to traditional testing procedures.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurul Aida Binti Yusoff. I will explaining about the overview of Google Classroom and Ufuture. In this part, you will know what is Google Classroom and what is Ufuture. The overview of Google Classroom. What is Google Classroom? Google Classroom is a free internet-based collaboration tool developed by Google as a part of G-Suite for education, for creating, distributing, and grading assignments. According to the Google Classroom is as missions control for your classroom. This is because the main purpose of Google Classroom is to simplify and streamline the process of sharing files between students and teachers. Google Classroom integrates a number of excellent Google tools into one user-friendly platform, including Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Gmail, and Google Calendar. History of Google Classroom. Google Classroom, as initially announced way back in 2014. In 2015, Google made a classroom application, program interface, and share button in website, which allows school administrators and developers to further participate in using Google Classroom. Then in 2017, these platforms are available for the public who has a basic Google account. Lastly, in 2021, in pandemic era, the use of classroom sharply increased when schools around the world shifted to remote learning due to COVID-19. Approximately 150 million users use Google Classroom worldwide, an increase of almost 100% from 2000. In this part, I only focusing on three main features: assignment, grading, and live classes. Students can easily submit the assignment in the form that instructors create. Next, in Google Classroom, there is a flexible grading system. Lastly, for the recent features is live classes. The student can join the class in live and also can record the class sessions. So students who had internet interruption can rewatch the lecture. Google Classroom, one of the best platform for online delivery tools because of its features, and they are handy for both students and teachers. Learning management system in UITM is known as Ufuture, a platform for delivering learning content online to any person who wants to take a course with no limit on attend. For UITM students and instructors, this platform makes online learning activities simpler. There are three goals of Ufuture. First, enhance the quality of learning and teaching. Second, meet the learning style or needs of students. Third, improve user accessibility and time flexibility to engage the learning in the learning process. In this pandemic era, the student and instructor utilize the platform. There are 162842 students and 9296 instructors. This fact indicates that this platform is easy to use as an online delivery tools. In addition, there are 5753 courses offered and 7 29485's content uploaded in this platform. The ability to access academic information on a single platform is facilitated for students. In this part, I will generally explain about the features of Ufuture. There are different access for student and instructor. Student access in Ufuture such as view the course, submit the assessment, learning activities and course forum. On the other hand, lecturers access can create online discussion, create assessment and communicate with students in a course forum. That's all from me. The next presenter will make comparison regarding Google Classroom and Ufuture as online delivery tools. In the next part, they will explain in more detail the features available on both platforms.
Comparison between Google Classroom and Ufuture in terms of access and login. Google Classroom, the free blended learning developed by Google, can be accessed using multiple electronic devices such as laptop, smartphone, and even tablet, where it is available on the web or by mobile app. It is one of the most efficient platforms for in-class or distance learning, as the users can interact virtually with each other, view presentation or other medias, and engage with resources in work groups simultaneously. Next, getting started with Google Classroom requires one to sign up or sign in for different types of Google account, depending on the user's learning setting. When accessing the official Google Classroom website, users need to choose their roles, either teacher or students, before creating or joining any classes. The teachers can create and customize their first class by selecting theme, uploading photo, adding class details, class materials, and adding students with the specific code generated by Google Classroom, while the students requires the code to join classes. Students can enter the class code using the plus button at the Google Classroom homepage and even organize the classes they have joined by drag or drop. Ufuture, a platform for delivering learning content through online courses developed by University Technology Mara UiTM, can be accessed and logged in by users using their registered accounts such as iStaff Portal account, iStudent Portal account, and non-UiTM account. When entering the website, users can choose their specific account according to their roles, either UiTM users or non-UiTM users in the login form for the first time login. Note that it is necessary for the users to sign up first beforehand if they belong to non-UiTM users. For lecturers, they are able to see their joint courses with group instructors in the dashboard, unless they unjoin or leave the courses. With Ufuture, they can create online class schedule, attendance, rubric, and uploading any materials, whereas students will see the alphabetically listed of courses and groups set in the dashboard, without the need to enter any codes, as it linked and controlled by the UiTM through the SSO single sign-on service. Next, comparison between Google Classroom and Ufuture for user groups. Google Classroom is used by teachers, students, guardians, and even administrators on daily basis. It serves their users positively through the implementation of new features and tools. The simplicity and ease of use of the features itself that address the user's priorities and needs leads Google Classroom to become the hub for learning environment. For example, the guardians or parents are able to get an email summary of the student's work, review announcement and activities, and the administrators are able to protect data, set permission for the users, and analyze activity logs to get deeper insight of Google Classroom adoption and engagement. For Ufuture, the user groups are UiTM users and non-UiTM users. UiTM users comprise the UiTM permanent staff, UiTM PTFT staff, contract or part-time staff, UiTM administrative staff, UiTM affiliated colleges or KKB, college bersekutu and UiTM students, whereas the non-UiTM users consist of students' guardians and any related individual. Ufuture enhance the learning and teaching quality in order to meet the students' need. This can be seen through the increase in statistics stated in the website. Since Ufuture is accessible as unified learning and delivery system in UiTM, it gives impact not only to the students but also the staff as well, including the lecturers. For instance, the lecturers are able to track their students' understanding and performance through graded assignments and assessment. They also can conduct discussion to help students explore and discover any particular topic through iDiscuss.
Hi, I'm Zakariah.
Moving on to the integration with other platforms between Google Classroom and Ufuture. Application integration services allow a variety of apps inside a company to share processes and business data. To convert and orchestrate the data needed for business activities, this entails seamlessly integrating a mix of on-premises and cloud apps. Integration of app simplifies remote learning and saves time for both professors and students. Let's go for the first platform of Google Classroom. One of the sites that integrates with this is MyBrainPop. MyBrainPop is an educational video platform that employs animated characters to engage pupils in learning. They cover a wide range of topics, mostly strive to take more complicated matters and present each in a straightforward manner. The subjects cover everything from fundamentals like algebra and English to more complicated topics like politics, geometry, and biology. MyBrainPop added a feature to the current Google SSO integration that allowed users to import lessons straight from Google Classroom into the platform. Student accounts that are prepared for single sign-on are automatically created after choosing and importing a class. After logging in using the Google Launcher, students may begin using BrainPop and save and submit their work as they go. The entirety of class administration may be finished in Google Classroom and updated whenever necessary in MyBrainPop. Next is Classcraft. Classcraft is a behavior and learning management tool with a role-playing game RPG premise that is available as an online and mobile app. Through a dashboard, teachers may supervise students and create educational activities. Students are given a character to play, and they can work alone or in groups to develop that character with good deeds and academic success. With the help of the new Classcraft Chrome extension, teachers and students may now take advantage of Classcraft's motivating features within Google Classroom, in which students may customize the Google Classroom interface with their avatar, theme, and backdrop to see their progress in real time. Next integration is Thinker. Thinker is a web-based platform that teaches children to code from the basics to more advanced tasks. Thinker is appropriate for youngsters as young as 5 years old, since it begins with fundamental blocks, which teach students the logic of code before progressing to actual coding classes. Thinker's integration with Google Classroom benefits teachers by allowing them to assign a coding lesson straight from the Thinker site to Google Classroom stream for students to view. As a result, students can submit an assignment using Thinker, and instructor will receive a summary in the Google Classroom stream. Next is Pear Deck. Pear Deck is a Google Slides add-on that assists educators in creating compelling PowerPoint presentation content for the classroom and remote learners. Because it is Google integrated, teachers may create or change presentation directly from their Google account. Pear Deck allows instructors to see the deck in real time, allowing them to see who is participating at the time. Even while working remotely, student comments display on the teacher's screen in real time.
The Google Classroom and Paradeck interface allows educators to import a class enrollment and then invite and monitor each student as they attend the Paradeck class session from their own devices. The last platform is Actively Learn. Actively Learn is a reading platform for students that allows them to highlight, comment, and discuss materials as they read. Teachers may assign readings to students individually or in groups, allowing entire classes to read, annotate, and interact with literature at their level. Teachers can propose a reading session to a class in Google Classroom straight from the Actively Learn site. Teachers can submit evaluations to Classroom after assessing an assignment in Actively Learned. The next platform is Ufuture. Unfortunately for Ufuture, this platform of online delivery tools does not integrate with other platforms. However, users can sign on in the site by using their Google accounts, but still, they cannot transfer anything from Google to Ufuture directly and vice versa. Moving on to the pricing and subscription plan between Google Classroom and Ufuture. For Google Classroom, everyone with a personal Google account and G Suite for Education subscriptions has access to Google Classroom for free. Additionally, it is free for businesses utilizing Google Workspace for nonprofits or Google Workspace for education. Therefore, Google Classroom does not have subscription plans and pricing to be named for users to subscribe or even free trial since it is a free platform. Same goes for Ufuture, in which it is a friendly site for all UITM students in delivering and receiving learning content online. Luckily, it does not have a basic or premium option, which means that there is no subscription plan for any of the users. Users can use it as long as they have a username and a password, or can also sign in with their Google account.
Okay, next we're going to proceed to presentations with applications account and security between Google Classroom and Ufuture. Applications account for Google Classroom. Basically, to access a Google Classroom, it requires a stable and strong Google account. The users need to have a Google account to proceed with the Google Classroom. The account must be authentic and it can convince the Google Center that the user exists. The lecture will include each student's email to get immediate feedback on the information provided, which has been posed by the educators or lecturer. By this statement, the students or user will get the notifications from the Google Classroom to see and retrieve the posts that have been posted by the educators, and the users or students were able to retrieve the posted information immediately. Applications account for Ufuture. There are two ways to access Ufuture platform, which is the first one is Google account and the second one is without Google account. Ufuture can also be accessed using a Google account for users which are not an official UITM students and staff. On the front page of the website for signing in, there is a section which user can select such as staff, students, and non-students. According to these situations, it seems that a non-student UITM also can access and retrieve the Ufuture official website. Without Google account, generally, we all know that Ufuture is an official website for UITM students and staff. Because of they are an official UITM students and staff, they are given their own username and password to easily sign in the Ufuture website. Security. Each online delivery tools ODL has protections to protect the privacy and maintain control of each user. Same goes to Google Classroom. Google Classroom keeps users safe online and it also protects user information and respect the user privacy. When a user upload various type of files, into the classroom, and Google will store all the data securely in a world-class data center. User can always control the privacy settings through the Google account. By using Google Classroom, the user can determine what information and content is shared and to whom that information can be shared. Generally, lecturers use Google Classroom to share details about learning, assignments, submission dates, work, and training. Security of Ufuture. Ufuture is one of the official platforms for UITM students and lecturers. Ufuture has provided various facilities for their performance in the event of unwanted things related to security. Ufuture has a foundation in networking, which makes it secure and able to understand the security terminology. Ufuture also focus on harmful viruses that may interfere with data security. Basically, an authorized person and strangers were not able to enter and access this website. Other than that, the Ufuture platform are aware of virus attack and have provided virus scanner and follow antivirus policies and procedure, which it also has provided a firewall.
Next, I will explain the resources or media and interactivity between Google Classroom and Ufuture. Next, resources or media for Google Classroom. Firstly, it uses Google Classroom to collaborate on the same lesson plan at the same time with the college, so that everyone may locate it and save their lesson in the shared Google. Secondly, to share material, teachers have to make a folder specifically for their student grade level, so they can catch up their lesson. And lastly, using a shared Google document or slides presentation, for instance, students might reason out the portable solution to a problem that they have, and it will provide the means to do so. And that is the example of cooperation in the discipline of math. Next, resources or media used for Ufuture. Firstly, it uses course content and course assessment for media purpose. By course content, the lecturers teach their courses, which includes all lecturers from other UITM, will upload their file for the content of the subject. Secondly, the content assessment divided into two categories, which are assessments and assignment. Lecturer will upload the files for the student noted and upload their tasks by the provided platform. And lastly, it is very useful for media purpose that alerts the student to always be aware of their task and submit it following the deadline given. Next, the interactivity for Google Classroom. Firstly, it uses response system for student SRS. The SRS embedded into the platform is the most significant new feature. And secondly, it enables lecturers to put questions into the classroom stream page and launch question-driven discussion in which students reply to one another responses. And lastly, some benefits of SRS by this platform including participation of students, which will enhance and encourage them to participate in the class. At the last, it is the interactivity for Ufuture. Firstly, it uses course forum, which is announcement and I discuss by the interactivity session. And secondly, for I discuss, it was a platform that was used by most of the lecturers for the online discussion and to ensure the participation from the student. And lastly, I discuss also can be medium between lecturer and student to interact with each other, and student can ask any question that they are curious about during the discussion. Therefore, it works well for students participate actively by the task given.
Hi! Now I will show you the way on how to use the Google Classroom. You can either search in the search box or just click the button and find Google Classroom icon. For now, I will just click here. Basically, this is how your homepage will look like if you have signed up or signed in for Google account. Note that the first-time login users have to sign up for your own Google account and choose role either for teacher or student beforehand. As for now, click the plus button to join or create class. As I am a student, I will choose join class. This is the page to enter a specific class code given by any of your teachers. The code consists of alphanumeric without any space or symbol. Then click join. Now you are done in joining your class. This is the stream, classwork, and people. The stream contains any materials given by your lecturer and even assignment assigned for you. In case you want to change for another classes, you can just click here and choose your other classes. Now this is my another classes. That's all for now. Thank you. Happy exploring.
Hello, so for today I'm gonna explain on how to use Ufuture. Firstly, we type Ufuture UITM on Google, and then we click the top link, and the page will be look like this. As we can see, there are two sections, which is for UITM, which includes staff and student, and non-UITM. And this is the detail of the features. And for UITM, I will click student for me because I am student, and we must key in the username and the password. And we log in, and this is the result of the page Ufuture for the UITM student. It looks like this. As we can see at the navigation bar, there is dashboard, my courses, my community, evaluation, and setting. And if, for example, you click the dashboard, this is what the dashboard looks like. And for my courses, it will look like this. It includes all the courses that the student taken for this semester. And that is the simple introduction about on how to use Ufuture. Thank you.
In conclusion, in this technology era, technology-based blended learning is proposed as a tool for successful students' learning, not only as a communication tool, but also as a learning environment, for example, which includes a combination of internal and external technology-based activities. Therefore, in this conducted research, consideration has been given to the potential of the Google Classroom for forming a support platform for learning processes in automation and programming courses is preferable compared to Ufuture. It is proven to meet the characteristic of a successful information system. Plus, Google Classroom is proposed as a tool that is compatible with other tools to support meaningful blended learning. As for Ufuture, it is not a platform for bad learning, but there are a few shortcomings that can be seen in terms of websites that are less convenient compared to Google Classroom. Ufuture may be more familiar to UITM students and lecturers and not to ODL users out there as one of the platforms in learning. The Ufuture tabs are reserved for UITM students and lecturers.
That's all from us. Thank you.